Hey internet friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay Lijo. Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be speaking about why nobody is listening to you or retaining the information that you're trying to speak on. If you guys would like to talk to me about this subject or anything else related to cognitive functions, the things I talk about here on my channel, I have a link below to book a video session with me. We can talk one-on-one. So here we go with the video. All right, so there are several reasons why people may have a hard time either listening to you, paying attention, retaining the information. But today we're going to talk about two specifically that I happen to see a lot with the humans in the world. So, all right, so number one, people aren't listening to you because primarily you have not decided the direction that you are trying to bring the conversation. And number two, people aren't listening to you because you are sharing far too much information. Insert eye glaze from the participant right there. All right, so how to solve this? Number one, start with the end in mind. Okay, so people can tell when you have no idea where you're going in a conversation, or if you're going somewhere that's going to lead you to another planet. And sometimes they don't want to get on the runaway train. They can see the train is about to leave the station. It's about to go to Pluto, and they're like, I don't want to get on that train because there's no destination in mind. Sometimes they'll be nice and try to pay attention, but then you start going down a tangent and they're like, no, I don't want to go down that, but you aren't paying attention to the fact that they don't want to go down that road because you're too busy paying attention to yourself and the words that you're trying to get out because you don't know where you're trying to take the conversation. These are specifically the kind of conversations where you're trying to communicate a point, something that you think is important, relevant, what have you. So when you start with the end in mind, aka kind of the takeaway points, then all of the material that you share throughout the conversation can be tailored and directed towards what you're trying to communicate at the end. All right, so speaking of points, you should have about 2 to 3 points max. Think about it this way. If you only had a few minutes to paint a big picture painting for someone, how many colors would you use? Using lots of colors would require multiple paint brushes, screwing on and off caps. The paint doesn't dry out, just the change from one color to the other. And then also the dynamic of having to work with multiple colors, how those work together, how they create the composition. And remember, the key is here that you only have a few minutes. So the other option is you could use between 1 to 3 colors, take less time shuffling around the equipment, and actually do what was intended. Use those 3 colors to fill up more of the surface area of the painting, of the canvas, and actually finish with a product that the person can leave with. Moral of the story is here, when you end up using more colors, you end up taking more time messing with the equipment, fiddling with the paint, instead of filling up the canvas. And also it's important to remember that people can't decipher and take away lots of material. Now, the goal is with my videos, personally, if I can get in each video you to walk away with one concept, that's it. One concept that you remember, I have 100% hit it out of the park as it relates to what I'm trying to do here. Now, you don't have to remember that this is Lijo's video on this. No. Just one takeaway that you can apply in life. And you may be saying, well, Lindsay, that's just one takeaway. Like, that's not very much. Here's the thing though, is I put out a few videos every week. Imagining that you have one takeaway from each one of those over the course of a few months, I have actually taken up quite a bit of real estate in your brain. And I mean, it's kind of not my intent, but I mean, think about over time, the difference that creates. And some of you may be saying, but Lindsay, what about the sophisticated nuance of the material and the intellectual properties of how it manifests? The thing is people don't remember that. They remember the big picture, the overarching themes. They're not studying the things that you have spoken to them, right? They're not reading a manuscript, trying to remember it for a test. They're having a one-off. It's a one-off interaction. There's only so much you can convey, but the little amount you can convey can be extremely powerful and lead to people understanding more, keeping that information, storing it in their pocket, and you becoming more listened to and more well received. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next video. Till the next time, goodbye, internet friends. Okay, so there are several. All right, so there are several. All right, so there are several. All right, so there are several